Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Black Forest coming to you with another market analysis. Uh, currency commodity breakdown because we're going to be discussing gold. We're going to be taking a look at this article, this news article about gold, and then we're going to be taking a look at the charts. Okay. But before we go ahead and break down this article and go ahead and get into the chart, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, but we all know why you guys are here. You guys are here to find good, credible Forex content that can help improve your ability as a trader and to help put some money in your pocket, okay? So let's go ahead and break down this information so we can go about doing that. All right, so it's gold hits a fall or a 4 week high as the U.S. inflation reports stock markets. Inflation reports stock markets. So basically, just to give you a quick overview of what's happening with the American economy is that inflation is continuing to grow. As inflation continues to grow, the U.S. dollar continues to get weak as the US dollar continues to get weak. Most typically, the US dollar and gold inversely trade off each other, in which when the US dollar is strong, the gold is weak, and when the US dollar is weak, gold is strong, and then inversely, when gold is weak, the US dollar is strong, and when gold is strong, the US dollar is weak. Okay, so we're going to touch on several points in this article before we go ahead and dive into what's going on in the chart. It says that the U.S. gold futures hit a 4 week all time high as it peaked on Friday as Wall Street took their worst beating. In the 3 weeks after the latest reading of the U.S. inflation showed a 41 high as it suggests the Federal Reserve can get more aggressive with interest hikes. Now that's kind of important. You got to break that down from several different aspects. Okay, first aspect point is this is that inflation grew when the CPI numbers was reported out because CPI is a consumer price index. So when you're in an inflationary economy, the higher that number, the worse the inflation is. So we had came out with some pretty bad core CPI numbers, which showed that our inflation is growing. Okay. Now, to combat inflation, what you would do typically is that you will raise the interest rate to bring down the cost of prices, but raising the interest rate can also reduce the amount of jobs out there. So reduction in the amount of jobs where there is an economy that needs jobs can be, and also coupled with an inflation that's been brought about mostly by gasoline. This can all lead to a recession. Okay, so definitely looking like we're heading to a recession. So gold is supposed to be headed against the inflation, but it typically rallies when investors become worried about the reduction of the purchase power of the US dollar, which means that they inversely trade against each other. But it's not a typical perfect correlation as gold has broken down various times this year when inflation data has come in higher. Okay. So basically, what they're talking about when they said when gold has broken down, when the inflation data has came in higher, was that and it was at typical points when gold was at a very high price and people started putting shorts against it. So it really wasn't so much as it was the inflationary data making gold go higher, as much as the price of gold was also high that people started taking shorts against it. Okay, and this is what we're talking about. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, grew by 8.6% during the month of May, expanding its fastest rate since 1981 at the cost of virtually everything from food to fuel, shelter, clothing, rose against last month, the Labor Department said. Okay. So now it's talking about gasoline because gasoline is basically is the source of this inflation. But these gasoline issues that we're having for oil is more so geopolitical, more so than anything else. The average pump of gasoline particularly hit more than $5 US on Thursday, first time ever in the United States according to data fuel products. University of Michigan said that closely following the U.S. consumer sentiment hit a record all-time low at the last survey for June as Americans become increasingly disillusioned with inflation taking a bigger part of their paycheck. So people need to start paying attention to what's going on so they can have an understanding of what's happening where all their money is going. Okay, so basically, this article is just reinforcing several things that we've been discussing that's been happening with basically the U.S. dollar, and inversely makes gold go higher, which is basically that we've been having a lot more negative news about the U.S. dollar than positive news. that we also have growing inflation, which is supported by high CPI numbers. And on top of that, the Feds is talking about increasing the interest rate, which is going to lead to inflation because when the interest rate goes up, we're going to end up losing jobs. Okay, so now let's take a look at the chart. Okay, and this is the gold chart. And as we can see, where we at? So as we can see, we settled down around here. We came down. This is when we started doing all this mess with Ukraine, Russia, and all that mess. And then this price started coming down. And as we could see, we started ranging out, and you're starting to see prices pick back up. We were ranging, and then we had a good break in this range with this good strong green candle. So what we're going to wait for is a settling down of here for it to retrace as far here before it goes up this way. So it can retrace as far as here or even here before it continues to go up. Looking like we're going to go down to here, then continue to go up. And this is going to be our new target area right around here. So we're definitely looking like we're going back up with gold, and based off everything that we touched on in the article, we can kind of see why. Okay. If you guys enjoy our content, we ask that you guys please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Will allow you to get up to dates and notifications every time we drop new content. Also, we ask that you guys please like and share the videos. Liking and sharing videos allows our content to get pushed further out there in YouTube so we can continue to grow our community of profitable traders because our goal is to grow a community of profitable traders. Also, lastly and not least, please let us know what type of market analysis videos that you guys want to see from stocks to gold, currencies, outside of the USD pairs, futures, cryptocurrencies, whatever you guys want, just let us know. Okay, you can either comment on the videos that you guys watch, or you could reach out to us through our email and through our social media. The links to our email and social media is in the description of every video. Okay, reach out to us and let us know what you guys type market analysis videos you guys want to see. Okay, and with that being said, happy trading.